Hello and welcome to This Day. Today is Thursday, June 29th, and I'm Bobby Higgins. Coming up on today's show, we have Jim Cook joining us, First Vice President of Third Mutual. He'll be giving us all the details on the upcoming elections, tell us about the application process, due dates, and what you can expect for if you get elected. Also, he's going to bring us up to date on yesterday's town hall and some changes coming in construction hours. So lots of information coming your way. I know you like to stay informed, and that brings us to today. Stay informed. We've been reminding you all week long that you don't want to risk a ticket. Placards 6 years or older expire June 30th, so you need to sign a renewal form to receive your new placard. Visit dmv.ca.gov. And that takes us to our weather. Looking outside, it's looking partly cloudy right now, but it will get sunny with a high of 73 today. In the evening, we'll get some patchy fog after 11 p.m. and increasing clouds. Thursday is cloudy, then it'll become mostly sunny. More of the same on Friday, partly cloudy, then gradually more sunny with a high of 76. And then Saturday and Sunday, it is going to be beautiful sunny skies and get all the way up into the 80s on Sunday. So definitely going to be a beautiful weekend. That brings us to our sunrise and sunset. I picked a picture of a 4th of July parade. This one was actually in Montana and showing the military members of the Army Division there. I thought this would be a nice reminder of what we're celebrating this coming 4th of July and what many have sacrificed and continue to sacrifice for our freedoms. So stay with us. We have Third Mutual with Jim Cook coming up. And first, let's take a look at today's meetings.
Hi there, we're Orange County Labs. Please call us today for your VIP concierge phlebotomist in-home lab collection appointment. We simply come to you in the safety and convenience of your very own home for any lab test. As a covered benefit at no cost to you, we will draw your blood for your physician with results the very next day. One call to Orange County Labs does it all. We look forward to seeing you all soon.
Life goes by quickly. Enjoy it while you can. At Southern California Family Dentistry, we help you live your best life. Dr. Jahangiri has been serving the community for over 15 years. His #1 priority is your comfort and care. We offer complimentary dental implant consultation. Our implants start at only $9.99. Check out our new patient special. We offer exams and x-rays for $49. We also perform implant-supported dentures and sleep dentistry, all under one roof. Transform your smile. Don't wait. Give us a call today.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
Welcome back to This Day. Joining me right now is Jim Cook, First Vice President of Third Mutual. Thank you for coming in today, Jim.
You're
I understand you got the short end of the stick.
That's it.
Well, I think you look amazing. I love the summer outfit, and yeah, so fun. I hear maybe you have a place out in Arizona or something?
At the California-Arizona border.
How nice.
In Needles.
Oh, I love it out there. We try to go as much as we can. We're hoping to go at least one more time this summer. So, okay, so I wanted to ask you, I'm sure most residents probably already know, but maybe there's new people that don't know. So there's 3 mutuals, right? You have the United, Golden Rain Foundation, and Third Mutual. So what does Third Mutual handle?
Third Mutual is the condominiums.
Okay.
So it's different from United, which is the co-ops. And then there's also the towers. And then GRF handles all the facilities. So that's kind of how it's divided up.
Okay, that makes sense. I get it. So, and you guys have, for Third Mutual, you have elections coming up.
Yes,
And 4 positions are available.
that's correct.
How many normally are on the board?
There's 11 on the board, and it's 3-year term. There it comes up 3 are elected, 3 are elected, and this time it's 4 are elected.
Okay,
Oh, no, 3, 4, and 4. So this is one of the 4 years.
got it. And so is it kind of like everybody's just equal type thing, or are there divisions in the?
In the board?
Yeah,
Everybody's
for the
equal,
position.
everybody has an equal vote. The board elects the president, vice president, second vice president, secretary, treasurer. But those positions don't have any more vote than the others, other than that the president makes the committee assignments. But then the committee assignments have to be approved by the whole board. So,
Okay. All right, makes sense. And so for these 4 seats that are available, are they all an equal position?
Yes.
Type thing, the same? Okay, so what is the background that you need to be elected?
You just want to be a participant in the neighborhood and take care of your village. And so there's no special requirements. Obviously, it helps if you have some expertise in something in dealing with the management or dealing with how the village runs. In my case, I have a contractor's license, a law degree, and was a city councilman. So
Wow.
I have a background that kind of goes across a few different things. My specialty that I work on, I'm the chairman of the ACSC, which is the Architecture Control and Standards Committee, and that deals with the alterations. So trying to straighten that out, streamline things. So that's where I stand.
Okay.
You know, everybody has their own expertise where they want to get on the committees where they feel they can contribute the most.
Right. For these 4 board positions, what kind of things will they be expected to do?
Well, they'll be expected to participate in different committees.
Okay.
Basically get their feet wet. There's so much to learn once you get on the board, because it's always easier on the outside looking in and thinking, oh, I've got all the answers. It's a lot harder when you're on the inside looking out, because you're restricted by so many things. One of the comments when I was a city councilman was, the person comes up to me and says, boy, if I ran my business like you ran this city, I'd be bankrupt. And I said, yeah, but if I ran this city like you run your business, I'd be in jail.
Right. Oh, that's funny. So, okay, so if somebody's interested, who do they contact? You got 2 different numbers here. You have your corporate secretary and your assistant corporate secretary. Which one's more important to contact?
Neither, they're both equal for contacting. What'll
Okay.
happen is you call them, set an appointment to come in and pick up the packet, get the packet filled out, has to be back in by July 20th at 5 p.m. So we need to make sure of that, and make sure people that are out there, look at these phone numbers, write them down. We really need some volunteers to come and help in the community.
Wonderful.
The ballot tabulation, once the election happens, is going to be September 29th, as you see on the
Yeah, so
screen.
I have a question about that. So the elections are July 20th, or no, wait, that's when you have to turn it in, July 20th.
Right.
So when is the actual election? Oh, I guess just September 29th?
September 29th.
Okay. In my head, I was thinking, wait, they turn it in here, but it takes 2 months before that gets tabulated?
Well, because
So-
that's just turning in your application,
Got
then you
it.
go through the process of people campaigning. Hopefully we'll have more than 4 running, so we actually will have an election. We will have a campaign. And what happens is it's so limited on people that actually want to volunteer, because it's a lot of work, you know, and you have to understand that coming in, it's to do things right, you have to put in a lot of hours.
How many hours, like per week or per month, would you
Well,
say?
It depends on what committees you're on. It depends on how active those committees are. It depends on how many things are going on with those committees. In my case, we're trying to revamp all the standards for construction, for alterations.
Okay.
And so it's a continuous job. And plus you have to field other phone calls, emails from people about other things. I don't just deal with the ACSC, but just with the ACSC and all of that, I probably put in 40 to 60 hours a week.
Okay.
But it's because there's so much to do.
Just for this particular thing.
For
right
other
now.
committees, there's much less, so people wouldn't have to put in that much. And when you come in at first, you want to get your feet wet, so you'd probably be assigned to committees that don't have quite the number of hours to put in to be up on everything that's going on.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. And so, okay, so for the application, like what are some of the things they're going to need to put on that for the application?
Well, the big thing is they have to have been a resident for a year.
Yes.
They have to be paid up on all their dues. They have to have no violations against them, nothing pending.
But there's no
So
particular
other than
documents
that,
they have to
there's-
gather or get together for that?
No, but I mean, they're going to put a resume together. They're going to put what they feel their qualifications are, what their volunteer service has been in the past. You know,
Yeah.
it all comes out because that's going to be part of what their campaign's going to be for election. Now, if we only get 4 candidates, then the board's going to elect them, and so the board wants to see those qualifications.
Okay.
And if we have it to where there isn't an election, we'll still interview all the people. You don't necessarily have to put someone on board just because you only have 10. If you look at it and say, you know, you don't have the time, you don't have the qualifications. You know, a lot of times the people that work full-time, it's really tough to do that and do this.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And the candidate video agreements, what is that?
Well, just like this, where you're interviewing me, the candidates will be interviewed and for their campaign, but also, you know, you're on camera the whole time when you're at the third board meetings. Mm-hmm. So you have to sign the release allowing
Okay.
you to be filmed and
Have your likeness be out there, yes. And then the candidate statements, what is that?
well, that's where they say what their qualifications
Okay.
are and why they should be
That's where they're
elected.
selling themselves.
Right.
This is why I should be elected. And then who does the elections? So if there are, you know, more than 4.
It's actually contracted out to us, election service.
Okay.
And so it's got to be done all by the book, meet all the state criteria.
Perfect, wonderful. And then, so, but is it the residents that vote or?
Yeah, it's,
Okay.
well, no, not residents,
Okay,
members. Members
Okay.
are the owners.
okay,
Leasees do not have a vote, but their landlords have the vote.
makes sense. Okay, so everybody should know and keep this in your brain that if you want to submit an application, if you want to be considered as a candidate, you need to do so by Thursday, July 20th, no later than 5 p.m. That is
And pick up the packets from the
Yes.
corporate secretary
So
well
that's
ahead of
less
that.
than a month, so yeah, you're going to need some time to put it all together. Oh, and then last question about this was, you said the annual corporate members meeting on Thursday, October 5th. So would that be like their very first start date?
Yes, that's when they're
If
actually
elected.
appointed to the,
Okay, so no vacations in early October.
well, it could be done virtual.
Well, that's great. You guys are accommodating too. So one of the other things we wanted to talk about is yesterday's town hall
Okay.
and all the things that happened there.
And one of the things I'd like to read from our board president, he read this in the third board meeting, but I want to go over this just to get it just right so we can say what went on or what has
Okay,
gone on.
perfect.
Okay, over the past couple of years, Third Mutual has been purchasing $675 million worth of property insurance. As previously mentioned, the third board continued to work with staff, our attorney, and our insurance broker in an effort to reduce the cost of Third's property insurance. After performing a risk analysis, our insurance broker has recommended we purchase $255 million, which per their assessment would be a 1 in 10,000 year event. and is the maximum amount of damage that Third should anticipate experience in such a wildfire event. Per our attorney, based on the opinions of expert consultants, the review of those consultants' reports as related to per occurrence coverage, and a thorough examination of both the governing documents and applicable law, the mutual is able to reduce its total insurance coverage amount while still being in compliance with the governing documents requirements. As a result of these assessments for our June 1st, 2023 annual insurance renewal, Third purchased $255 million worth of property insurance rather than the $675 million. Unfortunately, the cost of property insurance for homeowners associations as well as individual homeowners continues to rise. The coverage cost of Third's property insurance has increased over 50% from last year. As a result, we have reduced the cost of property insurance by purchasing $255 million instead of $675 million. We're not saving as much as we had hoped. However, had we continued to purchase $675 million worth of property insurance, if we could have even gotten that, with the increased property insurance coverage cost, Third would have had to spend approximately $3.7 million more for property insurance, which equals to more than $50 per man or per month. So that was avoided by going through this long and tedious looking into what we could do, how we could do it within the governing documents. So we made some progress, but there's still work to do. The Third Board continues to work with the United Board to determine if there are economies of scale that both can benefit by purchasing property insurance together. We're also working with the Community Associations Institute in their efforts to lobby state leaders to assist homeowners associations, which are all struggling to adequately protect their property while the cost of property insurance in California soars. Then we had the town hall meeting yesterday. A lot of issues were brought up, most of which were things that we had looked into. And so just want to know that we don't just draw numbers out of a hat. We research, we do what we can legally do, and have to walk along a fine line to stay within our CC&Rs, within what the brokers say, and also we have to worry about lenders. And even though we don't have Fannie Mae, we have private lenders. And with this, the private lenders are still lending money to us. And Fannie Mae, whether the insurance was the whole thing about us not being able to get Fannie Mae, or just Fannie Mae in general when they changed all of their rules January 1st, it may have had nothing to do with our insurance. It may have just had to do with the new rules that we couldn't comply with under Fannie Mae. And lots of homeowners associations lost their ability to get lending through Fannie Mae, not just us.
Wow. So, okay, so basically you were able to save it from property insurance going up for residents. So it's not going to go up.
It's not going to go up. It didn't come down very much.
How much did it come down?
But we want to worry about next year, because if the trend continues, it went up over 50% this year. What if it goes up 20% next year?
Wow.
So even with what we saved, which wasn't a lot compared to what it would have been, we paid $600,000, I think it was, less than what we paid last year for $675 million. That's how much the cost had gone up. That's why the 3 point something million that we would have had to pay to get to that 675 if we could get insurance companies to insure us to that level. That was the problem prior, is we were actually at $1.8 billion worth of property. And we couldn't get any more than the $675 million because we couldn't get anybody to insure us for a higher amount. So that's what we were setting at last year.
Okay.
And so this coming year, it changed.
So this year it's only insured at $255 million?
$255 million.
Okay. I understand.
And the $255 million is per occurrence. So we could have one type of disaster and file a claim, and then a completely different disaster, and we'd still have the $255 million in coverage
Okay.
per occurrence.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. About how many people showed up to the town hall yesterday?
I think there are about 50.
Okay. Pretty good number. So anything else discussed at the town hall?
Well, you're never going to please all the people all the time. You can
Yeah.
please some of the people all the time, all the people some of the time, but never all the people all the time. So there were those there that felt we were overinsured at $255 million.
Oh, really?
There were those there that felt we were underinsured at $255 million. So, it's kind of, we're in the middle somewhere, but we're in the middle where we can do it with our expert advice and be allowed to do it without complications.
Right. Okay. And then when is the next town hall coming up?
It's every month, and I guess it's on the fourth Wednesday.
Okay. Every month on the fourth Wednesday. All right. And then, of course, we will let everyone know here on this day when that's coming up. So another thing you wanted to talk about, or upcoming, is the contractor town hall coming up July 10th.
Yeah, we're going to have that contractor town hall on July 10th from 3 to 4:30 in Clubhouse 5. And it's City of Laguna Woods is co-hosting the event to clarify mutual consent and variance processes. And so we have to work with the city. And one of the complications that we've straightened out since I've been on the board is we used to call what we issued permits. The HOA does not issue permits. And so there were situations where people actually thought they had the permit, did all the work, came in at the end, and the HOA says, well, where's your final from the city? And, well, I had my permit from you guys.
Right.
So again, the confusion. So then some people had to rip out walls for the city to actually do inspections.
Oh, wow.
So all that terminology has been changed.
Okay.
The HOA issues mutual consents. The city issues permits.
Okay. That's right. Mutual consent. Got it.
So trying to take away some of that confusion, get better packets to tell the contractors what's going on, all that kind of thing. That's what's going to be going on in this meeting. And the members are invited to come and tell their concerns. Everybody's got a story about the city's permits and the mutual consent and the difficulties, or the neighbors are making noise for 6 months. And, so anyway.
What kinds of things have to go through the city to get permitted?
Well, most everything has to go through the city, but there are things that don't. Like, we require a mutual consent for flat work, concrete work, sidewalks, patios, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But it's more because it's in an exclusive use common area. So we have to have control over common areas, exclusive use common areas. Whereas the city doesn't require any permits for flat work. Flat work is concrete work, that kind of thing. We are no longer requiring a mutual consent for water heaters, but the city requires a permit for water heaters. But we require that we are notified of when the water heater is put in, the label from the water heater, so that we have an accurate account of what's gone on. Because in third, we have a 10-year policy that water heaters should be replaced after 10 years. Until we accumulate all that data, we don't know how many people's water heaters are well over 10 years, because we want to avoid water leaks.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
so,
that could be a big problem, especially in condominiums.
yeah.
Okay, well, and then just real quickly, there are new construction hours up there on the screen. So this is for when your construction people are allowed to come
Right.
in
And this
do
is,
work.
And this is in third. You got to always remember, there's different rules for United, there's different rules for third.
Okay.
So this is, I think it's going to be adopted at our next board meeting. So it's not in effect right now, but this is just a forewarning of what's going to
will
be
be
changed.
coming.
Because it was very complicated and confusing on what the hours were before. And so we're trying to make them more concise, make them more understandable, so everybody knows what's going on. We're also trying to get United to go along with the same hours, because then everybody's on the same page. It's tough when, I live across the street from United. So my contractor can work on this day, theirs can't.
Right.
Or vice versa.
Right.
Theirs can work on this
Yeah.
day and mine can't.
Consistency is key for
Right.
sure. Well, thank
For
you,
the
Jim,
village.
for joining us. It's been a pleasure to meet you. Please stay with us because we will have more with announcements coming up right after this.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
During the pandemic, thousands turned to AgeWell for help. Since March of last year, AgeWell has provided Orange County seniors with more than 40,000 grab-and-go lunches, 500,000 home-delivered meals, as well as transportation and case management services. We were there for you then, and we're here for you now. Stay strong. Stay well. Age well. Learn more about our services or how to get involved today at myagewell.org.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Plains. I'm from Fullerton, California. I absolutely love Dr. V. I am very happy to drive from Fullerton to Laguna Woods. I was having an issue with my vision. There was strobe light going off in my eye. Dr. Vias was able to get me in to see him the next day. Once I met him and he diagnosed the problem with my eye, I felt very comfortable with him, and I'm just really happy that I found him.
Hi, welcome back to This Day. We have a couple announcements for you. First off is the Ice Cream Soda Float Social coming up Wednesday, July 12th from 2 to 3 p.m. in Clubhouse 7. Please give Jessica a call so they know how many people to prepare for. And also we have the July 4th celebration coming up and golf cart parade at Clubhouse 2 from 11 to 11:45 is the golf cart parade, and then Stone Soul will be performing from noon to 2 p.m. Both events are free. Should be a great and fun 4th of July celebration. And taking a look at our weather today, we can see the partly cloudy skies are starting to burn off into sunshine. Today's high 73, tomorrow a little bit warmer at 76. By Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be beautiful sunny skies, 79 Saturday and 81 on Sunday. And so that takes us to what is coming up tomorrow on This Day. Michael Taylor will be back and joining us, and he'll be joined by O'Connor Mortuary and Wellness in the Woods. So that'll be a good show coming up tomorrow. That's it for This Day. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great day.